Say hi to our Samoyed Felix. Most of the time he's a very gentle and calm dog who's willing to learn new things and who's always up for an adventure. We got him more than 6 years ago when he was only 4 months old and have spent almost every day together since then. We always take him with us no matter where we are going and share most of our travels around the world online. Of course, we usually focus on positive things that happen, but sometimes we also struggle with Felix. In difficult situations, we're mostly busy taking care of Felix and making sure he doesn't hurt himself or other animals. That's why we don't film these moments. But of course, they happen, and we thought that you might also have problems with your dog and are curious what we do in these situations. The first struggle we are facing is that Felix hates almost every other male dog. He's not neutered because our breeder suggested we shouldn't do it to make sure he doesn't get any issues with his coat. From the age of 1 year onwards, he started to grumble whenever he smelled a male dog.
Oh, it's a boy, right?
Sometimes even when he's far away. This is such a big problem in our daily lives because we can't take him with us on any events where other male dogs are that aren't neutered too. Whenever we see a dog on our walks that we have to pass, we either make a big turn or ask the owner from far away if the dog is a boy or a girl. The second problem we are struggling with Felix is his hunting instinct. We trained his recall when he was younger, but it was just impossible to get the urge out of him to chase other animals. Whenever he sees some, he can't control himself anymore. This has ended up in very dangerous situations in the past because he ran away and crossed streets with many cars. That's why we can only unleash him when he's with other girls or in fenced areas. This brings us already to the next point. Felix can't control himself when other doggo ladies are around because he is just extremely excited. He basically goes crazy and can't stop sniffing on them. It's pretty funny to watch, but whenever we are trying to take him away from a doggo lady, he cries like a little baby. The next struggle is about fears. When we got Felix, he wasn't scared of anything, and for the first 2 years of his life, it was just like that. Then the pandemic started and our nomadic travel lifestyle turned into staying at home without meeting many people for almost 2 years. Once we started traveling again, we noticed how scared he suddenly was of everything. It got better over time, but he still struggles to go down into underground stations, even though he was a pro at taking public transport before. Once we are in the train, he has no issues, but the walk there is always a big struggle. The next few issues are about his beauty. When you look at a Samoyed, it's quite obvious that the fur needs lots of care to stay beautiful. Felix is a patient dog and we brush him regularly, but after 50 minutes his patience is usually over and he starts to attack the one that's brushing him. Usually that's me, by the way. It's not a real attack, he just shows that he's upset, but he doesn't bite. Nevertheless, this makes brushing a bit annoying. When it comes to cleaning his teeth, we needed him to go under anesthesia twice because it had to be done by the vet. It's simply impossible to clean them with a toothbrush because he wouldn't open his mouth, so we could clean the teeth in the back. Bones are a great way to prevent this problem, but this already brings us to the next struggle. Felix is extremely picky when it comes to food. He hates all kinds of bones and prefers small bites. You have no idea how many different dog foods we've tried over the past until we finally found something that he really likes. By the way, we will link all of the products we use for him down in the description, from his food to his brushes, just everything. The next struggle is a bit funny. Felix is extremely ticklish and that's why he doesn't like it at all when someone touches his paws. This is a bit challenging when we have to trim the fur on the paws, but with some teamwork, it's possible. We're almost at the end of this video, but of course we can't forget that Felix often pulls on the leash like crazy. We did and still do lots of training for this every day, but it seems like he often forgets what he learned when he's very excited and can't control himself. And this already brings us to the last point. Like probably every other Samoyed, Felix is very stubborn. So he only does things when he wants to do them. This requires a lot of patience and training, but we kind of started liking this character trait of him because it often makes us laugh a lot. So guys, that's it for this week's video. We really hope you liked it and feel a bit less stressed when it comes to the potential problems you're facing with your dog. Some things just need to be accepted, but for others it really makes sense to work on them. Maybe with a professional trainer or with the help of some tutorials online. We wish you all the best and always remember that you are not alone when you are struggling. Sending you a big hug. Bye bye!